So today's video will be able to deal with the key terms related to the material planning process. And in this video, you will learn about the type of inventory in material planning, the sequence for the flow of budget informations, what material planning involves, the characteristics of material planning, and the definitions of the production budgets. So let's get started. Material planning is an important component of the manufacturing process that ensures the appropriate amount of materials, supplies, and finished products are available to maximize efficiencies and reduce production costs. For example, it has started to rain and the roof is leaking. Can you take the repair job? Being a good manager, you will want to have all the necessary material available when you start working on the roof. Otherwise, you will have to climb down, drive to the store and back, then climb up on the roof again. Failure to plan properly will cost you time and money. For this job, your first step will probably be to measure the roof area, calculate the amount of shingles, nails, and other materials that you will need. You should buy enough materials to finish the job, but you also want to avoid having too much of anything. Excess material will cost you money that you might not recover from the job. Next, you have to find a place to buy the required materials and arrange for delivery. Do you need any other terms, such as leather, a new gun, or work glove? How much will be the material cost? And how will you pay for everything? What we have just done is a basic example of material planning or material requirements planning. In our simple example, we only had to take few measurements and check our existing equipment and supplies. However, if we try to do material planning for a large manufacturing company, such as an auto manufacturer, it would be very complicated. We will probably use computer software called Enterprise Resource Planning System. For either a symbol or a computer operations, the data gathering process and information sources are similar. In any highly competitive market, manufacturers survive by operating efficiently. In the context of material planning, efficiency involves minimizing inventory of materials, supplies, and finished products while maintaining sufficient quantity for planned productions. It is also critically important that the customer receive their products on time. This means that all productions, purchasing, and delivery activities must be accurately scheduled. Any unexpected delay or emergency orders to their supplies will cost manufacturers time and money. Let's take a closer look of the basic information requirements. In general, the information flow within a company's materials process will be: first, a business will need to forecast expected sales of each of its products during a given period. This information is called a sales budget. Some manufacturers work with annual budgets and others prefer short-term budgets. Remember, this is a forecast made well in advance of the actual sales. Let's assume that we manufacture a candy bar called Yummy. The chart will go something like this: January, 1,000 cases; February, 2,500 cases; March, 1,800 cases. Quarterly total is 5,300 cases. Now, let's look at the production budget. The production budget uses the sales budgets to calculate the required productions in each period. You should note that throughout the planning process, we will be making decisions about inventory level. Remember that excess inventories represent either resources, wasted money. On the other hand, inventory shortages can cause production downtime and lost customers. It is extremely important that manufacturers closely monitor their inventory level because any undetected errors or problems can be very expensive. For our example, let's assume that the company likes to make 100 extra cases of yummy each month to cover such things as unexpected sales and fraudulent damage cases. Sometimes these cases are used and sometimes they are not. For simplicity, we are only looking at January, but the calculations for February and March will follow the same general model. Assuming 70 cases were on hand at the beginning of January, the production's budgets for January would be sales to customers 1,000 cases plus ending inventory 100 cases. So total required is 1,100 cases less our beginning inventory 70 cases, and to be manufactured is 1,030 cases. After we know the production's budgets, the next step is to calculate the materials that we must acquire. The manufacturing company will have a record, means their bill of materials for each product that show each material components and how much of it goes into the final product. Imagine all of the parts that go into the new Mustang. For our example, assumes that 2 pounds of sugar are used for each case of yummy. No beginning or ending inventory of sugar are kept, and sugar is purchased from the outside of the suppliers. So for January, this will look like cases of yummy to be manufactured for January is 1,030, and sugar requires for each cases is 2 pounds, and total sugars to be purchased is 2,060 pounds. At this point, we know how much sugar to purchase. We can now schedule the actual purchase from the supplier, arrange time deliveries, and schedule the appropriate payments to the supplier. We can also ensure that we have cash on hand to pay the supplier. So, what is the lesson summary for today? Material planning involves concepts and procedures designed to create an efficient and cost-effective workflow. Our goal in the manufacturing process should be to have all materials, supplies, and finished products available when we need them. Although inventory levels should be sufficient to meet our requirements, excess inventories are expensive to maintain and should be avoided. Inventory control, along with proper planning and accurate budgeting, can minimize overall production costs and maximize profit. That's all for my sharings in today's video. As always, if you want me to share more about this kind of video, make sure you comment below and let me know. Once again, my name is Vivienne. I am the business software coach. I am not only teaching theory, I am also building software to meet the real business operations. Please subscribe to my channels and hit the notifications bell. And I see you in my next video.